Welcome to the Political Matrix News. Hey, the Political Matrix News. We're doing this on Tuesday, the 23rd. I'm Rob in Orlando. Greg is in Gainesville, and Scott is in Pensacola. It's just some buddies sitting around talking politics, except we are informed, educated, and we are on the freaking cutting edge of what political crap is going on in Florida, some of which we cannot tell you except when it actually happens, and then we could say, well, we knew about this 2 weeks ago, but we couldn't tell anybody. That just sort of works on our veracity. This was the first cartoon, emoji cartoon that came across my screen this morning, the face of the now Vice President of the United States looking her best to look like the Statue of Freaking Liberty. And I saw that, and I about puked, okay? I about puked. This is the Democrats.
I thought it was a great photo.
But it's an AI thing, for God's sake. I think her butt is much bigger than that in real life.
Absolutely.
And you don't hear her laughing, and she's not even using the same torch that the Statue of Liberty is holding, which I think is very, very, it actually kind of looks like the bottle that I Dream of Jeannie came out of. So there is that. There is another image. There's another image we're looking for equating The Simpsons to Kamala. And it's when Lisa Simpson grows up and becomes the woman president of the United States. The resemblance is stark. The same color dress, the same pearls. It blows your mind. Somebody in The Simpsons is a time traveler, and they come back and they say, we need to do this, this, and this. Everything. How the hell, 5, 6, 8 years ahead of time, how the hell would they know Donald Trump coming down an escalator? How would they know that with Homer Simpson right behind him on the, how? That you couldn't predict that. You know, that's not a predictable thing. There's plenty of stuff like that in The Simpsons. And it's not a matter of 10,000 monkeys in 10,000 years with 10,000 typewriters coming up with Shakespeare. That ain't hip hop happening. But that is just mind blowing. Yeah. So those two indications right there.
You gotta remember it.
What?
This came from Fox programming with the home of In Living Color and Married with Children and The Simpsons, and the only one left now is The Simpsons. And Living Color, for some reason, is not on anymore. I guess the Wayans and all those guys got tired of it. And
all right,
and Married with Children, saw its better days, but The Simpsons are still prophetic as hell.
God, aren't they up to 40 years now? I know it's at least 30.
And it is the birth of Fox News. I mean, maybe Fox News came from The Simpsons. Roger Ailes probably took a lot of cues from it.
Didn't think about that. Wow.
You never know.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
No, Rupert Murdoch.
All right. The important thing is who's going to be the vice president for Kamala Harris. I don't have all the names. You guys have lists. Each of you pulled up a different list. So I'm just going to run through of them here. Let's give everybody shall we say, a one sentence critique or, how we look at these people. Okay. And again, no particular order. I'll let our could be Jewish member of this trio take it first. We'll say Josh Shapiro, of the governor of Pennsylvania. Greg Fink, what do you think?
That's my choice. Shapiro,
he's your choice.
I think he should be the president, and Kamala should stay VP. But that's just my choice.
Yeah,
Scott.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's not going to happen.
Right, Scott, go.
Well, no, I mean, I actually agree. I actually agree that Shapiro is probably the most likely and probably the best benefit to the ticket because he's reasonably centrist and they're going to need that. They're going to need someone with a compelling personality to take care of Kamala because if she raised $250 million, she's going to need every bit of it for a personality transplant. The fun part about all this stuff is she doesn't actually legally have access to Biden's campaign funds. So they're basically going to defy campaign finance law and take the money anyway, because by the time they can litigate it, well, let's put it this way. they are currently litigating violations that Hillary Clinton made in her campaign against Trump.
Okay. For years. Well, I mean, right now they did say that because she did it, the transition, how she took over the ticket, that she took it over legally to where that she can't use the funds now. Because
they say a lot of things, but the fact is, until Biden is,
we said we were going to talk about the potential VPs. Here's the deal.
I know.
Okay, you already talked. My turn now. My turn. Greg got his to start with.
Fine.
Then it was your turn. This has nothing to do with Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, for the VP.
All right.
Number one, I hadn't heard this guy's name until about 2 weeks ago. Don't know why. Maybe he was commenting on Trump getting shot in his state, almost getting his head blown off. Here's the real serious question. I don't really remember John Kennedy being elected in 1960. But I do know from all of the reading that went along with the history degree, political history degree, that everybody was afraid of a Catholic in the White House taking orders from the Pope in Rome. So with Josh Shapiro, is he Jewish? Is he a Jew? Is he a Zionist? Those are three distinct types of people.
That's right.
Okay. And so would he be taking his orders from Bibi Netanyahu, whoever the prime minister of Israel is, or the head rabbi in Jerusalem? Would he be taking, and you can see how we would have the possibility.
I think that question is just as ridiculous as it was about Kennedy. I mean,
I think it is too.
And honestly, I think that we're kind of beyond that. The only people that believe that's a relevant question, are the Democrats who are trying to make, are Democrats who want to make Republicans into racists.
Okay, next.
That's the only people who think that's a question.
Next possible VP candidate, Gavin Newsom from California. Scott, you first.
Yeah, well, California. I mean, he's more poison to the ticket than anything because no one's going to. Although I guess they have for 4 years with a straight face told us that Uncle Joe was just his folksy Joe. I mean, when the fact is he was losing his mind.
Got it.
But I mean, he's more toxic than anything because all Trump will do from now to November is run a constant repeating loop reel of California starting in 2016 to today.
Okay, Greg Fink, what do you think about Gavin Newsom?
No,
you don't think anything?
I mean, the way he's handled the state, has just been horrible. The homeless issues, the housing issues, the cost of living, the quality of living,
taxes
out there.
Well, birds of a feather flock together. So maybe okay.
Also, there was from California.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about. Okay, Pete Buttigieg. What? Huh? Really? Here's a guy who was mayor of a little town, small town, well-known name, small town. Okay, South Bend is not.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small town, and he was mayor, and he's gay, and he's Democrat.
Right.
He was in the Navy, and he somehow got through the don't ask, don't tell era, and he's been Secretary of Transportation, and from all accounts, I don't know who could say he's done a good job in the 3.5 years he's been Secretary of Transportation. I have seen nothing to change my mind that it's a basically do-nothing job. Scott, your one sentence about Pete Buttigieg, yes, no?
Well, like I said, birds of a feather flock together, and as unqualified as Kamala is, Pete Buttigieg really fits that ticket as well. I mean,
thank you, Greg Fink.
Neither one of them are qualified.
Greg Fink.
Yeah, so basically, all it is doing is reinforcing the Biden administration by having him as well as the VP on the same ticket, and so I don't really think it's going to create any type of diversity or any kind of edge at all as far as getting any extra votes at all. And so I actually think Buttigieg should be at the top of the ticket and Kamala the VP.
Again, he is wholly unqualified. Sorry, he just is. He just doesn't have the experience. mayor. Okay. Okay. Well, no, she actually had 4 years
he got
in
more
the
votes than
Senate.
Kamala did. Okay.
Yeah, he did. He
She
did
won
in
Iowa. She dropped
2020.
out.
Yes, he did. He did.
And she dropped out.
J.B.
And she
Pritzker,
quit.
governor of Illinois. I have no idea who this guy is. He's a typical
Who?
Illinois machine Democrat who they crank him out, and about every other one gets convicted and goes to prison. So this is J.B. Pritzker, who apparently is dialed in somehow to the Marriott Hotel fortune. I don't know anything about the guy. Do you guys?
Really?
Really?
No.
Well, they call him a billionaire, so I mean, yeah, that's. But you know, they kind of toss that term around loosely these days.
They do.
You know, the biggest thing he's got going for him is Chicago. But I mean, it's as much of an anchor as it is a bonus. So
okay. Roy Cooper, they keep saying Roy Cooper, the outgoing governor of North Carolina, like they're in a big old hurry to get rid of Roy Cooper. But I haven't heard anything good, bad, indifferent, otherwise about Roy Cooper. I have no idea how long he's been governor of North Carolina, for instance.
Cooper's a Cooper.
Okay, so thanks, Greg. There's your sentence, Scott.
Well, I mean, Roy Cooper's won. He's won some statewide elections, so it makes him. I mean, more than one. I mean, he was 2 governor races, but he's won several statewide races. But it's statewide races in North Carolina. I mean, it's not the most even close to one of the most populous states in the union. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he doesn't have any name recognition. And to win to really contribute in an abbreviated campaign, you got to have some name recognition to pop, and he ain't got it.
Okay, I got you on that one. Yeah. Next, let's talk about Andy Beshear of Kentucky. Wait a minute, Andy, wasn't there a guy in prison in Maine? Wasn't that Andy Beshear that went to Mexico to escape to Mexico to go to the boat? Yeah. Am I close? What do we know about this guy?
This guy's really good. He's a very strong conservative Democrat. He is not going to fit the Kamala ticket. He would probably have nightmares and cry in his sleep, Kamala, because he's very conservative. I mean, he's a pro-life, pro-gun. I don't know if he's pro-life, but he's more toward the pro-life side. He's a strong Christian. He's a very Southern Democrat, like the old type of Southern Democrats used to be, and that seems to be, his story and everything. I don't think he could work with a liberal ticket or a progressive ticket at all. I don't see it.
Okay, good enough. Okay, Scott, anything on Beshear that you want to...
Him at top, Kamala at the bottom.
Okay, that's not happening. Let's deal with the reality.
He's not going to. Yeah.
Well, it should be reality.
Okay.
Kamala's not.
All right, just checking.
The bottom line is... the bottom line is Kamala is not going to pick someone who is more qualified to be president than she is.
Exactly.
Because they will, in 4 years they'll compete against her, and she knows it.
And she has 0.
Okay, so that's fine.
She has to find somebody with less qualifications, which is going to be really easy and really hard because all the choices have more qualifications.
Okay, so how about the governor, the governor of Michigan, choice. Gretchen Whitmer? Come on, Gretchen Whitmer.
She's already said no.
She already said no, and she might get kidnapped again.
I mean, I think it was today. Actually, I mean, it was pretty recently.
She's
yeah. Well, she knows that Kamala's not going to win, and she doesn't want to tag herself into that.
Yeah.
I don't blame her one bit. Wes Moore,
that's the problem. Is no one that's really qualified.
Okay, Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland. Wes Moore.
I don't know. I don't know him, but that lights right into the. If they don't have a lot of national recognition, like either probably one of the few names that has any national recognition that's even in consideration is Mark Kelly, who was Gabby Gifford's wife or husband. He's the astronaut, and so he might have some way of elevating the ticket. And honestly, I think there's a not unrealistic chance of him jumping into it.
Okay.
It's still open
I agree with you
convention, and it needs to
100%.
stay open.
Yeah, Tim Walz, the two-term governor of Minnesota. They say he is. I'm looking at a picture right here, and they say that he is 60. Let me bring that in. Can you see that at all? Look at that. That's 60. That's my freaking grandfather.
We'll get a
for crying
picture
out
of
loud.
him.
That's
Looks
a
like
lot. You
Biden's
got another.
brother.
Okay, good. You can. But yeah, older brother. I agree, by the way, with Mark
Jimmy's
Kelly,
older brother.
naval aviator Mark Kelly, captain, 4 stripes on the
I
shoulder,
heard that.
Mark Kelly, and his twin brother, also an astronaut, but Mark did the year in outer space.
Exactly. I think they're both great choices.
So-
those guys are.
And then, Kelly and Kelly, that'd be great. The governor of Virginia,
That'd be
who
a
we
good
leaving
ticket.
out? The governor of Virginia.
The governor of Virginia's Youngkin. He's a Republican.
He is?
That's
Okay.
Youngkin. Yeah,
Not seeing-
Youngkin.
Not seeing that happen.
Yeah, he's
Oh, that's right. That's right, because they were talking
Mhm.
about him last week before they got
Yeah,
JD
he's going to be the
Vance.
VP for Trump, which I still think would have been
Right.
a better choice. But hey, we got JD.
Okay,
so
1, 2,
what's-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Glenn
8.
Youngkin is going to be a great president one day. I will say that right now. On July 23rd, 2024, Glenn Youngkin will be a great president.
I mean, anything what's really funny is Aaron Sorkin. He put in an op-ed, I think either to the New York Times or Washington Post, suggesting that the Democrats should draft Mitt Romney to be the vice president.
Or Lynn Cheney.
Or Lynn Cheney. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
And there's also, there's
for someone who wrote a long-running television series about politics in the West Wing, he doesn't understand politics for crap.
No, he doesn't. On that happy note, we would appreciate a like. We would love to have a subscribe, and please share this with your friends. We are the Political Matrix News. I'm Rob Milford. He's Scott Miller, and he is Greg Fink. And we do this pretty much every week. If there is something seriously newsworthy about what Joe Biden will say on Wednesday, the 24th, in his primetime speech to the nation, you can betcha we will drag our weary asses in front of the camera and spout off about that as well. Gentlemen, have a great week. This last 10, 12 days remind me of the famous Chinese curse. You know what that was? May you live in interesting times. And we haven't survived them yet. We have not survived yet. Let's get past, I don't know, January 21st is still almost 6 months away. Let us survive the next 6 months, and we'll see how things break out then, okay? All right.
Amen.
Okay.